A lot of hiring managers that I have spoken with have actually ranked storytelling ability over video editing skill. Hey, lovely people, it's me, Jess, and in today's video, I am going to be giving 5 tips for my folks that are looking to gain a job at an online media firm as a producer slash editor, or either one, like a video editor or video producer. I think will help you. But I specifically worked with an online media firm and saw plenty of junior level candidates, and it was competitive to get a job as an online video producer slash editor. So I want to bring a couple of tips in this really short video. So the first one I have to talk about, you have to know if you're applying to an online media firm for any production job, really, unless you're in management, you're going to need a portfolio, and it needs to be a really good portfolio of videos that are of a certain quality, that someone that does not have a film degree or have any expertise in video production and video editing could just put together, right? You should have something that's very unique to your skill set and show that off. It should be clean, polished, easy to navigate in terms of the website that you're sharing. So that's my first tip, is you have to have a well put together portfolio. Don't just throw something together. These should be pieces of your best work that you are very proud about and that you can speak to if you're called back for an interview. So along with your application, most applications are going to ask for your portfolio, and you should also include your portfolio on your resume as well. The next tip, and this is something that I've heard from many hiring managers in terms of reviewing a candidate's application or speaking with a candidate on the phone, and there's typically this lack in skill set. And it's very important when it comes to online media when they're looking for video producers slash editors. And this is going to be storytelling. Storytelling is going to be very important. Hiring managers should be able to see your storytelling capabilities through your portfolio, and also when talking to you, they should be able to understand how you would piece together a really engaging story. So you should understand and have experience there. A lot of hiring managers that I have spoken with have actually ranked storytelling ability over video editing skill, because video editing is more technical, it can be taught. Storytelling takes a lot more time to really get someone to grasp. If you are applying to a role, make sure that in your portfolio and as you're speaking with folks, you're able to articulate how you can put together a really good story. And likely you're going to have an assessment anyway where you're putting together a story so you can really bring that to life and show off your skills there. All right, next up, we're going to talk about video editing. So video editing is important. However, what I've seen from most media companies is that they're looking for folks with Adobe Premiere editing skills in particular. Now, some people may say like, oh, I have Final Cut Pro, I have all these other skills, but most companies actually are using Adobe Premiere. So it's really good that you be skilled even at a minimal level. Obviously, the more skills you have with Adobe Premiere, the more impressive you're going to be as a candidate. However, be able to talk about those skills, and if you don't have Adobe Premiere skills, really understand, look through the job description that you're applying for, just to know what type of video software they're using. Again, a lot of times it's going to be Adobe Premiere, but if it's something different, make sure that you have some experience using that tool. The next thing I want to talk about, I talk about this a lot when I'm talking about how to land a job, but you do have to know about the company. Most hiring teams, really every hiring team, should want people that actually like their particular company or brand. And so during your interview process, if you get that far, you're going to be asked about what interested you in the company or the brand. And I've heard multiple hiring managers as a recruiter, I've heard many that just question, I don't know if they really want to work here. Like, they're a great candidate, but I'm not sure they really want to work here. And in your mind as a candidate, of course, you're thinking, well, I applied, I interviewed, I submitted an assessment, which took me an hour to do, and I'm interviewing with you again. Of course, I'm interested. However, for this type of role, for your junior to mid-level video editor / producer roles, you're likely going to have more candidates applying to these roles. So hiring managers are comparing candidates, and what sets some candidates apart from the rest are not just skill sets. You know, it's not just personality all the time, but it's also motivation and interest. So I've had hiring managers say, you know, we can teach them these other things. What I really love about this person is that they are so interested in our brand, and they told us how much they loved our brand, et cetera, et cetera. So that's important. You have to know the brand. So make sure you're spending some time, you know, just researching online, doing your own research, and telling them how interested you are. It may seem like, you know, duh, I'm interviewing, I'm interested. Obviously, I don't have to tell you, but yes, you do have to tell your folks that you're interviewing with, the recruiter, the hiring managers, the rest of the team, whoever you're meeting with, tell them each something about why you're so interested in that role and with their brand, right? And how you resonate with their brand. That may just be the thing that sets you apart from the other candidates. So the last thing is just something to note, right? Some media firms will have the requirement for their video producers and video editors to join a union. So if you're someone that doesn't know about unions, there's obviously a lot of benefits tied to unions, but if you haven't joined a union before, just note that you can ask questions in terms of, you know, what the union is, where you can find more information about them. And of course, as a junior level employee or as a mid-level employee, unions are typically pretty good and they offer some nice benefits. But yeah, just do your own research there. Don't get scared away from it. You know, if someone asked you, just say, you know, that sounds interesting. Would love to hear more information about it. Or you can say, if you're fine with a union and joining that as a requirement of the role, you can tell them at that time. The last thing I do just want to say is, I guess, a bonus. But hiring managers have also told me they needed to pass on certain candidates simply due to the assessment. So with video editors and producers, a part of your role for an online video editor or producer, a lot of the time it's going to be finding and pitching stories that are online because you're not in the studio recording. Your job is likely going to be putting together a nice story based on something that you found online and reaching out to the person, doing some of those things. So if that is the type of role that you're looking at where it's really remote or online video editing, video production, then you are definitely going to want to speak to any skills you have with finding and sourcing content. And you're likely going to have an assessment to do where you're doing something like that, where you're pitching a story, putting a story together. And that may be something else that may set you apart, because if you do really well on the assessment, you're likely going to get the job. If you do really poorly on the assessment, you're likely not going to get the job. I hope this is helpful. If you did like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you have questions for me, leave me a comment below. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, lovely people.